All right. So this is the Life Wisdom Conference. You need wisdom to succeed in life. You need wisdom. You see, success is in different dimensions. We have an evil success and a good success. If you want good success, you need wisdom. If you want evil success, of course, corruption and all those other means are there. But we want good success, legitimate ways of being successful, then wisdom cannot be removed out. So the Life Wisdom Conference is here to help you to be able to appreciate certain things that we just see generally, but we don't pay attention to the wisdom in it. And we're supposed to, this conference brings us close to the wisdom in it and helps us or sets us on a path that will enable us to apply it and that will bring about um, the success that we are looking for. That is the success that we wish to achieve. And for today's episode, we're going to be looking at something that I am so much passionate about, and it is concerning the wisdom of determination and discipline. And the title is Cristiano Ronaldo and the Wisdom of Determination and Discipline. Cristiano Ronaldo and the Wisdom of Determination and Discipline. Uh, you should not be limited, okay, in terms of acquiring wisdom or knowledge because of religion or because of culture. Okay, that is one thing that this wisdom conference is about. We pick wisdom from anything and then we learn it. Even from sand, we can pick wisdom from sand and we learn it. So if the wisdom is not in your religion, don't worry, learn it. Okay. And I always have an anchor scripture on my lower right side of the slide. Okay. Luke 16:8. And this was Jesus speaking. I've always explained it, but I'll explain it again. That about a certain servant that was um, very dishonest. In today's terms, we will say he was a corrupt man, very, very corrupt. And it was seen by, today we say, the auditor general of his company, that the CEO, he saw that this man guy is corrupt, he's chopping the money. He's using the money for his own self. He's passing the money behind certain places. So I have to sack him. The mistake he made was he went and told him that, my guy, I'm going to sack you because you are corrupt. You know what the guy did? The guy said that, oh wow, if they are going to sack me, I know what I'll do. All the people that are owing my boss, I'll let them pay half and they won't pay the rest so that they will save me when I am no more working or when I am sacked. So he did that to gain favor from the people who were owing the boss huge sums of money. So when someone is owing 5 billion, you say, right, 2 billion. So he used that to gain favor. And Jesus was commending him not for the evil act that he did, not for his corruption, but for his wisdom in knowing how to prepare for the future ahead of him. And that is what Wisdom Conference seeks to do. We are looking at the future ahead of us, the life that we want to live, the life that we are envisioning, the kind of success that you are expecting. You have to put measures in place today that will bring you to that place tomorrow. Wisdom is so important that we must get it from wherever we are going to get it. Doesn't mean we should emulate the character involved, but we should take the wisdom. Okay. And in previous episodes, we've seen different types of characters. Of course, today we have a good character that we are going to move through. a wisdom model that is Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest players of all time. And I mean players in football. And we are going to go into some few things that have to do with this wisdom of determination and discipline. So our wisdom model for episode 5 is Cristiano Ronaldo. His full name is Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. Okay. And we are studying this guy, we are using him as a wisdom model because this guy, through the wisdom keys that we're going to learn today, has managed to achieve great success in his football career. Okay. And there's one thing that he said that I wanted to point out. He said that I am not a perfectionist, but I like to feel that things are done well. He said, more important than even that, I feel an endless need to learn, an endless need to improve, an endless need to evolve, not only to please the coach and even the fans that are watching, but also to feel satisfied with myself as a being. He said, it is my conviction that there are no limits to learning and that it can never stop no matter our age. And I want you to keep that the last statements very well. He says that it's my conviction that there are no limits to learning and it can never stop no matter our age. He says that I need to learn, endless need to learn and to improve. And it's not about satisfying only the coach and the fans, but me, Nankasa. I also want to be satisfied with what I'm doing. This is a guy that has won the Ballon d'Or, I think, if you know what it is, about 5 times. I think it's 5 times. He has won, I think, the Golden Boot, not less than 4. I think it's either 4 or more. With so many achievements. Currently, he's the player in the world with the highest official goals. I think about 783 or more career goals. I'm not sure of the exact number. So many goals. This guy is a model, an exceptional model. And there are other people that have been successful. But what makes this guy unique is his attitude, his character, the determination, and the discipline. And that is what we are going to look into in today's episode. Watch this video and then we'll continue.
Jogador único.
Ronaldo was not yet the finished article, but his desire to improve was obvious to all.
Frustrating at times, decision making, when to shoot, when to pass, when to dribble, when not to dribble. It took him a few years to get used to that.
I came to United and you came to work with him, and you see how much energy and effort he puts in himself to get better. But a lot of talents think talent is enough, but talent is only a start. It starts after that. It's hard work, dedication, and living as a professional.
It's like a challenge for me. I want to do it best as I can. And when you do something with the passion, it's more easy.
I played that because I want us to know that this guy didn't descend from space. He started and he was making a lot of mistakes. He started and it was not working. He was not the best player that we knew him, that we know him to be today. But he said something that he dreams to be the best. And he knows that one day he will be the best. And that is what moves us to the wisdom key, number 1, of faith. Faith. Faith is simply belief, confidence in something. Okay. Now, this faith we are talking about is in yourself and in what you can do. Okay. For those that are believers or Christians, you can easily relate with this example that if you don't believe the Lord for something, it's quite difficult that God will do it for you. So the Bible even says that Jesus, even as powerful as he was, when he was in his hometown, he could not do any mighty works there, save to heal a few people because they did not believe in him. In the same way, if you don't believe in yourself, you can't do anything with your being. You cannot work. You can't bring out any fruitful thing from your being. You need faith, you need belief. You need to be confident that everything is possible, that what you want to achieve is possible. Somebody said he wants to become a valedictorian. Okay, it is possible. You must first believe that you can. You know, we are talking about the wisdom of determination and discipline. Okay, but you can only be disciplined if you are determined, and you can only be determined if you even believe that you can. So if you don't believe that you can, you even start not to talk about be determined, and then discipline comes in. So it's a flow that we are going to move in. Okay. I want to tell you that anything that you want to envision is possible. It's possible. It is faith that makes you take that first step. Okay. So it's when you believe that I can do this, when you believe that this thing can work out, that is what gives you the vim to take the first step and go out and say, this thing will work. You understand? So you want to start a business. It's belief in your ability to market, to sell. That makes you take that first step. But you know very well that this, if you inside of you, you don't believe that this thing is going to work, it's very difficult that you take the first step. And that is where motivation can play a role. One great man said that motivation plays about it plays he said it's not really necessary for success. He said it plays about just 10%. And that 10% that motivation plays is the kick start. It's like the ignition. So you are there, you don't feel like working, you don't feel like starting something, you don't feel like doing something that is going to make your life meaningful. Somebody speaks to you, inspires you, and then all of a sudden you get this zeal to do this, to do that. That is where motivation comes. That is faith. So he brings up the faith in you alive. That's what motivation does. But after that, motivation cannot keep you going. That is why today we are here. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to show you what motivation cannot do so that you will know what to do. Because there are a lot of periods and moments on the road to success where motivation it cannot do anything. You'll be so demotivated that you cannot be motivated in any way. I just highlighted something down there. You can see that I said motivation cannot keep you going. It can help you start. It can help you to make the first step, but it can't keep you going. How many motivational speeches haven't you heard in your life, but you are still the way you are? How many New Year resolutions haven't you made? It's motivation that made you make that New Year resolution. You heard that, this guy is doing this, that, then it inspired you. Then you wrote that, this New Year, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this. You said all those things, but after that, what happens? Okay, so that moves us to the next lesson, and that is the wisdom of determination. Determination, the main thing we are here to talk about, determination. And I want to quote something that Cristiano Ronaldo said. The picture you can see on the right there is him. He was speaking with the media after his golden boots, his fourth golden boot, I think around 2014-2015 season thereabout. I'm not very sure. And then he made a statement. He said that at that time he was the only one with four boots in the whole world. No one had ever gotten that number. I think right now Messi has surpassed that number, but I'm not sure. But at that particular time, he was the one with the highest number of goals. And listen to the statement he made. He was still young at that time, even though a little old. He said that I know that I'm the only one with four boots. I want more. That's what he said. I want more. In the previous video we saw, we see that this guy he was not so much good like that. He forced. He forced. I'm going to make a lot of statements here. And under this side, you really, really need this portion. Determination. You need determination. Without determination, determination moves with dedication and commitment, all those things. They are just together. Okay. Determination makes you unremitting and unstoppable. Okay. Like you don't change your mind when you say that I'm going to become this, I'm going to get this. You don't settle for less. What I'm trying to say is that when you make up your mind that you are going to get it, until you get it, you will stop. You will not stop. And that is one thing that this guy Ronaldo says. He will not stop. Now, on the journey of success, onto success, I told you that you are going to meet a lot of moments where you are going to be seriously demotivated. You're going to be in a lot of moments where you will not feel like continuing to pursue whatever thing that you were pursuing or you wanted to do. Those are obstacles. But it takes determination to move obstacles out of the way. Let me tell you something about Ronaldo you might not know. You know that this guy, when he just started out, very young guy, that time he was still going to school like normal classes. He was like, just after that, around that period, he also dropped out of school. That he wanted to go into full-time football. Okay. Then as a teenager, when he just made up his mind to do that, because he always wanted to be the best. From childhood, he had it in his mind that he would be like the best. And he was diagnosed of a racing heart syndrome. Racing heart syndrome, your heart will be is always beating fast. So even when you are resting, it's beating fast, like you are running and all those kind of, and it's not good. You outwork your heart and you can easily die. So people like that, you are not supposed to engage in serious exercises, especially sporting or football that will require you to run and use a lot of energy and those things. But he was determined to be who he is today. So he went for a surgery. As poor as they were at that time, their parents were very poor. His father was even a drunkard. Was he made the effort, got the money, went for the surgery. Now, after this, he went into full-time football. He was playing with some small teams that were no teams. But he said that he used to sneak out. You know, when you go to they call something football academy and those kind of things. You know, they have times they do training and all those kind of things. So this guy, whilst he was there, when it's time for siesta and time to sleep, he will sneak out and go to the pitch and be training. Behind it is the passion for success, the determination to succeed. Whilst people are sleeping, he'll be in the gym, training, exercising, trying to take free kicks, all these things. So throughout the clubs, he was moving from his Sporting Lisbon. Then they brought him to Man United. And when he started, he was not even so good, but they saw the potential because the guy was determined. It even says that one day, one of the biggest players, I've forgotten his name, wanted to take a free kick, and Ronaldo went to him as young as he was, I think around 19 or so, and begged him that he should let him take the free kick. And he took it a very wonderful way. You see, determination, that's why I wrote there, makes you go the extra mile. So people are sleeping, but you won't sleep because you have something in mind that you are looking at. If you are a student, you want that first class, you want to make that first class, you want to make that great thing, you want to get your employment while you're a student and all that, then it has certain accompanying things that you must put in place. And if you are not determined, be there along the way, you are going to fall off. I'm telling you. you're going to fall off because you will surely, by all means possible, meet obstacles. If we bring it to marriage, life, and everything, if you are in a relationship, you will meet obstacles. If you are not determined that you are going to marry this lady or you are going to make this marriage work, Charlie, you will go on a divorce. Or if it's a relationship, you break up. If it's academics, you see that actually, oh, the idea first class now a bunch. You say that now the way where it has reached, you just leave the first class like that. You understand? So you need to be determined. You are learning from a model that was determined to succeed and actually succeeded. That is what we always do at wisdom conferences. We look at the model in terms of the wisdom key that we are studying and how that model applied the wisdom key and succeeded. At this point, before I move to the next lesson, we're going to take a short break, very short break. So in about 30 seconds, I'm going to close the meeting. In about 30 seconds, just rejoin using the same link. Okay. And then I'll give you a recap. You're welcome back from the break. Like I said earlier, I'm going to give a quick recap and then we'll continue with the other wisdom keys for today's episode. All right. So for the first episode, we dealt with the wisdom of association, and our wisdom model was Shatawale. That was the main thing. Shatawale and the wisdom of association. That was our first episode. And we looked at how he succeeded, okay, by releasing a song, or let me say, doing a song with Beyonce. We spoke about how that association led to a rise in his career. We spoke about how important the wisdom of association is. The kind of people you associate with can determine whether you rise in life or you be where you are or you even go down. So that was what we dealt with. We spoke about, under the wisdom of association, the wisdom of reinvestment, where instead of him just ending at where he was, he used his association with Beyonce to try to even move higher, to get to her husband, Jay-Z, to even do another song with him too. I'm not sure he has been able to do that yet, but once that is in, let me say, it's in the pipeline, he's on his way to success like that. He's already successful, but success is a progressive thing. You understand? So he's moving. Well, under that, we also learned about the wisdom of silence, where all this while working on this big hit, he was quiet, as though he was not doing anything. And we learned that a biblical example of that from Saul, whose uncle found him or called him and asked him about his whereabouts. And Saul spoke about the missing donkeys, but never spoke about the kingship that was prophesied to him by the prophet Samuel. The wisdom to be silent about certain matters. We don't say everything anyhow, anywhere. You should know when to talk and when to be quiet and who to say what. Then we also learned about the wisdom of affiliation by him sidelining himself or not bringing or showcasing himself, but showcasing the country caused him to win the heart of many Ghanaians. And in that way, we can win the heart of many people, many institutions. We can get them on our side and behind us by how we show our affiliation to them on certain stages. We compare Shatawale with Sarkodie, and we compared him with Stoneboy also. We spoke about their associations. His associations are compared to those others, compared with the financial prudence aspect also. We don't have time to, all these things are in the first episode. You go to the Telegram channel, you find the complete video, the recorded online version, and then it's there. You watch it and then you see the details that we spoke about concerning that. Under this wisdom of association, we gave examples and we spoke about the association of Bishop Kojo Boatin Bempa right now. He is one of the top pastors in Assemblies of God, Ghana. If you don't know what Assemblies of God is, it's simply a denomination, a Christian denomination in Ghana, I think the whole world. And he has come up, and by his association with certain men of God, his career is rising. Now, some few weeks ago, Ajinasari came to his church. Bishop Charles Ajinasari came to his church. He's associated with Bishop Oyedepo and many other great men of God. Bishop Noel Jones in the US, and it's just lifting him up and lifting him up and lifting him up. Now every program, everybody wants him to be there. Generally, his ranking goes high. Many of these things are very important. And his career as a minister of God is just growing high because of his associations. Another example is Pastor Enoch. Yeah, he's a Christ Embassy pastor. His association with Pastor Chris and also with Bishop Doug, we saw previously. And even he won an award. He was awarded by Pastor Chris among the many Christ Embassy pastors. And that raises his ranking. I mean, that raises his career. That elevates him in whatever he's doing. So he's a pastor. And, if you understand his church, you know how they do their things. Many people generally do not like them. The Orthodox people do not like that, the way the service is done. But by reason of his association with great men of God like this, who approve of his ministry, it eases the way for him and it gives him the credentials to move on and to move forward. Sometimes you just need somebody to say, I know this person. You see, that is it with the wisdom of association. Then from there, we went to the second episode. That was somewhere in December last year. It was concerning COVID-19 and the wisdom of strategic centering. We spoke about how COVID-19 has succeeded in being a pandemic. Okay, whether you believe it or not, if you are a student, school got closed down because of COVID-19. Whether you believe it exists or not, if you are a worker, you some way, somehow were made to go home for some months because of COVID-19. You see? And this happened because COVID-19 was strategically centered. Whether you believe that it was made from a lab or it is a real disease that came, that's not the problem. That is not my focus. My focus is whatever way it started from China. And China is the center of business in the world. And a lot of people come into contact with this country. And that gave a rise to its spread. And in the same way, we learn from the wisdom of strategic centering that in our lives, in our business, whatever that you're going to do, look for a strategic position, a strategic place, and position yourself there. You understand? Okay, you have to get a place to position yourself. Make sure that you are well positioned so that you can have contact with a lot of places or a lot of things or a lot of people because it's very important for the success of whatever that you might be doing. This episode was well discussed and elaborated, and the video is also there on the Telegram channel. Just go subscribe, join the channel, Life Wisdom Conference channel on Telegram. Watch the video, and you have many details of this. We also spoke about the wisdom of ambassadorship, how people were helping to spread the virus and make it a pandemic, and we also spoke about the wisdom of unpredictability. After this particular episode, the Wisdom Conference, episode 2, somebody actually called me and told me how this particular key has helped that person. Unpredictability. You should listen to it. You should go and listen to that. And I mean, you should go and watch that video, and then you really understand what we discussed on that day. We compared COVID-19 also with Ebola, and we spoke about how Ebola started from Africa, I think West Africa, and how Ebola could have been a pandemic, but it couldn't become one because of where it started. It didn't have the wisdom of strategic centering, and it didn't have the wisdom of unpredictability. So it was easy for Ebola to be conquered in a way. And I personally believe that Ebola was even more scary. Yeah, I personally believe that. I don't know about you, but I personally believe that Ebola was more scary and was even killing faster than COVID. But COVID was successful because of these 3 wisdom keys that we discussed. Ebola did not have them. That is a problem. And so you should learn to be like COVID-19 and not like Ebola. We spoke about some examples. We spoke about Glow and how Glow could have become a very strong network in Ghana like it is in Nigeria, but Glow didn't think about or didn't have the mindset of COVID-19's strategies. And so Glow didn't apply the wisdom keys. And as a result, Glow is not strong in Ghana. Even Tigo and Airtel that are struggling, they are stronger than Glow in Ghana. And we moved to the 3rd episode where we spoke about street hawkers and the wisdom of adaptability. And I like to use the term all weather. They are adaptable, and that their adaptability causes them to be in a way successful. What do I mean by successful? It means that whatever that their goal is for the day or for the week or the month, they make sure they accomplish it. And that is one of the definitions of success. So the street hawkers do their best to make sure that they will sell whatever that they want to sell. So the wisdom of adaptability, we spoke about how life is not constant. Not everything is under your control. Sometimes you'll be hit by certain conditions in life, certain situations that you meet will cause you to be some way. And if you are not an adaptable person, you are going to give up. You are not going to be able to make it. But for us to be successful, I said that we need to be adaptable. You need to change to fit the changed circumstance. So if you did some biology in your high school, you would remember that some animals in the change with they change their forms with the change in weather. Some of them go into hibernation and all that. In the same way, as a human being, if you want to succeed, when something changes, you have to change. For example, currently the world is moving a lot into technology. So if you are an adaptable being, you should start by now moving into technology. All right. So we spoke a lot on adaptability, then we spoke about caucus too, and all weather proof. No matter the situation, you must be able to withstand. And that is how these street hawkers are. They sell anywhere, everywhere. If you sack them today, they will be back. Nothing can shake them. That is the all weather I am referring to. You understand? Okay. So the video for this is also on the Telegram channel. Go and then follow it. Take your time and go through. And then Charles Darwin said something, said that it is not the strongest of species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. He said it is the one that is most adaptable to change. So if there's a drought and an animal does not have the ability to reduce its metabolism such that the water in its body will be conserved, then it is on its way to death. In fact, that species will actually go extinct because they don't know how to manage with the circumstances. All right. And we spoke about the life of an adaptable person. An adaptable person sees opportunity where another sees failure. It means that when something changes and people are like, oh no, this has destroyed my plans, an adaptable person will see, oh, okay, well, I can use this to get this. And he sees opportunity in it. They are resourceful, they are proactive, and they don't blame. All these are there. Students must learn to be adaptable. You must adapt to the style of teaching that lecturers or teachers or teaching assistants or whatever, whoever that is teaching you, the teaching style the person uses, you're able to adapt to it. You can't control some of those things, so you should be able to adapt. And in life, you should be able to adapt to a lot of things. In marriage, you should learn to adapt to the kind of person you are staying with. The person cannot be like your parents. The adaptability, change certain things to move in a particular way. Then we came to episode 4. One of my favorites is the creator and the wisdom of variations and diversity. Under this, we spoke extensively on how wise the creator is. The creator we are referring to is God. And I said that I personally believe that God exists. If you are an atheist, you should think twice. If you want, you can contact me personally. Then we talk about that matter. Because I believe that God brought this world into being. Now, the creator was successful, and many creators today are also successful because they introduce variations and specifications into their creations. That leads to diversity. And you can see all these 4 here are dogs, but look at the difference. Some are handsome, some are nice, some are beautiful, some are ugly, some are whatever you want to call it. But everybody has his preference. You understand? Variety is good. It's pleasant, and it helps to suit everyone. And we spoke a lot on the wisdom of variety or wisdom of variation. Then we spoke about the wisdom of specifications, because specifications help to create variety. Then we spoke about the wisdom of updates and versions. If you update something, then the people have to pay to get a new thing that is coming. That brings more money. Else, if you just charge once, then that is all. You don't get money again. But you bring an update, then they have to download. That is data that they use to download more money. You understand? And also the update will cost, you are bringing in new features, and it will cost some people that did not like the first features to even join. So you get a larger market again, in addition to the old market. And we spoke extensively on that. All these softwares diverse. They bring up, I mean, these software companies, they bring up a lot of software. They bring this, tomorrow they bring this, tomorrow next they bring this, and they continue bringing. They don't stop at one place. Why? Because they have that mentality of diversity. Look at Toyota, bringing millions of cars, different brands, different models, and they are not stopping continually. They are bringing in new models. Come to finance ministry, all these things are in the recorded version. It's on Telegram. Go and get it. I spoke on creation. We're talking about the creator and diversity. So I have to speak a little on creation. Spoke about how creation just lead to your greatest breakthrough. We're talking about success here. The major road to success, creation. Now that brings us to the end of the recap that has taken some time. I'll quickly now move back and continue with what I was dealing with. So we spoke about the wisdom of determination. We are still on Cristiano Ronaldo and the wisdom of determination and discipline. So our third wisdom key or lesson is the wisdom of discipline. Discipline. Why am I stressing on this? Anybody that is not disciplined in this life generally cannot succeed. I'm telling you. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo is playing and still playing up to date because he's a man of discipline. I think he's 36 years currently, and all his age mates, some have become coaches. Or let me say many of his age mates, not all. Many, like 80 to 90% of those he used to play with, they have retired. Many footballers retire after 30. But in the picture, he's still training. This is a recent picture that I took. He's still training, discipline. Listen to what he said. He said, I know I'm a good professional. I know that no one is harder on me than myself. And that's never going to change under any circumstance. Do you know what he said? He's saying that he's hard on himself than anyone. Nobody will tell him that, hey, go and train. Go and do this. No, he trains on his own. In some of our countries, like where I am, they even have to beg the players to go and train for a match. Can you imagine? Do you think such a player will ever be a successful player? Come on. He's not going to go anywhere. They're not going to go anywhere. A player that you need to pay money before he will go to train. He doesn't even have the passion to be a footballer in the first place. He doesn't even want to play. You're playing for what are you playing for? But this guy disciplines himself. He doesn't even need anybody. You know, he doesn't take Coca-Cola. He doesn't take a lot of things, drinks. He takes only things, natural things that enhance his body strength. He doesn't take he doesn't eat certain foods, and it takes discipline to do that. Many of these bodybuilders, they are restricted from a lot of foods. They don't eat a lot of things. It takes 10 to 15 years before they can get the muscles that they've got. You see there. It takes a lot of discipline to bring up such an attitude. And you need mental strength to be disciplined. What is mental strength? It's the capacity of an individual to deal effectively with stresses, pressures, and challenges and perform to the best of their ability, irrespective of the circumstance in which they find themselves. Do you understand? So he is at 24 and he's training in a particular way. Now he's at 30. The strength is kind of, it looks like is reducing, but he says, no, I'm still even going to train more and train harder. That is discipline. You need mental strength to do that. Now he's 36 and he says, no, I still want to be on the field, and he's training harder. That's discipline. You need discipline to be able to succeed. I'm telling you, you cannot succeed without discipline. For sure, you can't succeed without discipline. Just get that into your head. You can't succeed without discipline. Discipline is the main attitude for success. You see the way I'm stressing on it? You need mental strength to build discipline. Develop emotional intelligence also. It will really help you. All right. So I wrote down there that building mental strength is fundamental to living your best life. Building mental strength is fundamental to living your best life. Let's look at some examples. This is somebody that we can really learn determination, discipline, and his persistence from. He's resilient and unrelenting. What do I mean by resilience? If you hit him down, he will bounce back again. So for those of you who are believers, I mean Christians, even if you are Muslim, you know that Satan is there. If you are a Buddhist, you know that there's a devil. There's something, there's evil, there are enemies. So imagine you hit him down. Immediately you turn back, oh, he's back again. Like he's up again. The unrelenting means that he's back again. You understand? So you defeat him, he will come back again. That is unrelenting. He's persistent. He will continue until he gets you. You understand? And the resilience has to do, like he will just, once you hit him down, he will bounce up back again. Quickly rebounds back to form. That's one thing I wrote down there. He quickly rebounds back to form. It has this power to cause all these things that you see there. One thing I want you to note, and that we want to learn from Satan, is that if there's one thing that Satan is not, then it's a quitter. Satan is not a quitter. He never quits. If you read your Bible, if you read whatever that you read based on your religion, and if only that religion has something about Satan, you know that he never quits. He starts something. If he's hit down, he will come back. If he's hit down, he will come back. If he's defeated, he will come back. If he's whatever that happens, he will come back until he gets what he wants. That's why you cannot sleep. That's why you cannot leave him alone. I mean, you can't leave him, because if you are his target, he will continue until he gets you. So you can't let your guard down. Another example is Elon Musk. This one is a human being. Elon Musk is the CEO of, I think, SpaceX and Tesla. He started SpaceX. If you don't know what SpaceX is simply a space company. If you don't know space too, just space. Space is outside the Earth's atmosphere, outside. Okay. So SpaceX designs, manufactures, and launches advanced rockets and spacecrafts. In my previous Wisdom conference, I spoke about how this guy harnessed the weakness of NASA to bring about a company that brings affordable spacecrafts and space travel. Okay. And he founded the company in 2002. Tesla, however, was not founded by him. It was founded by two engineers in 2003, and Elon Musk joined in 2004. And Tesla is involved in accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy with electric cars, solar, and integrated renewable energy solutions for homes and businesses. So Tesla is into making of electric cars. They are making solar panels and energy storage, batteries, and all that. They are into all those things. And this guy came and he has revolutionized these sectors. Why am I using him as an example here or as a model here? It's because Elon Musk faced a lot of problems when starting this, when at the beginning stages of these companies. Okay. He struggled, he suffered. The guy suffered. I'm telling you, I'll show you a video shortly and you see the ordeal that he went through because of these two companies. But he was determined and he was disciplined. He had faith, the wisdom of faith. He believed that, no, this thing, it has a potential. He invested money into it and did his best. There were a lot of failures along the way, but determination kept him on going. He was unrelenting. This will crash, he will do it again. This will crash, he will do it again, just like the devil. Until today, he's the second richest man in the world. I'm going to show you the video, but for those of you who are going to be watching it, I know I'm recording it and I'll release it to the Telegram channel. So if you are watching it on the Telegram channel right now, as I'm referring to those in the future, okay, I'm going to add the video. It's not going to be part of the recording itself. I'm going to add a video separately. It's a 7-minute video about Elon Musk and his two companies, what went on. Those of you live here, I'm going to play it for you, but I'll remove it from this particular part separately as a video on its own for you. And so please watch the video, take note, see how determined he was. All right. Okay, thank you very much for watching the video. I believe that you have been inspired and you have been set on the path onto greatness by today's episode. Determination and discipline. You need faith to first be determined, and you need discipline all along the way. It's been a great time having you all. I'm happy to see all of you, family, friends, even my mentors are also here. I'm really privileged to see you all, and I'm grateful for your support. The next episode will come somewhere around December or ending November. Let's keep your ears on the ground. We'll be going through the other episodes, but sadly for today we have to come to an end. Time is fast spent, and I'll take some questions. But as I wait for the questions, let me introduce my team. I always say that I'm not an island doing this. I'm working with a very strong team. I have Eunice Ade as my executive vice president. I have Kevin Ansah as the head of the conference management of this whole meeting. And I have Keno Togo as my publicity head. I have Mike Sia as the head of media. And I have Margaret Annan as the head of public relations, having to do with interactions with you all. It's a great team, and I really thank them for the help so far that they have given me, the help, the support, and everything in making the Wisdom Conference what it is today. I will answer the rest of the questions on the discussion page. Okay, when you answer them on the discussion page, so please do well to join the discussion page. We're moving into WhatsApp. So the Telegram channel is going to be there, but the discussion page is going to move from Telegram to WhatsApp. So we have the discussions on WhatsApp, but the main channel is on Telegram. It's still going to be on Telegram. Thank you very much for your time. I'm glad that you partook of this conference, and I believe that we all are going to be great. Work on your attitude, be determined, have faith, and be disciplined. And I tell you that we will meet at the top, because surely I will be there. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.